You're looking at Unrendered on IKTV. You can follow us at iConcepts, and that is on Twitter. My name is Tony Regisford, and I am chatting with the Commissioner of Police, Michael Charles. Commissioner, we have 15 minutes to go, and we got a few things to cover off. We were talking about marijuana.
Yes.
And I wanted to get back to that. We know that it's not just marijuana, but the whole drug, crack, cocaine, that whole transshipment of drugs through St. Vincent going northward are also part of your problems when it comes to policing. So it's not just what's going on in the hills in terms of the cultivation, but it's also what's coming through here. Well, let's stick with marijuana. Do you think that decriminalizing marijuana, even legalizing it, would take the thrill, for want of a better word, out of the cultivation? Because then it means really it's not illegal anymore. So we don't have to go into the hills to farm. We don't have to hide from the police. And also, it doesn't become a criminal activity. Do you think that is a plausible reason why marijuana should be legalized? And I'm speaking to the commissioner.
Yes.
Not I'm speaking to Michael Charles rather. Not that what you say here I'm not going to hold it against or as the opinion of the police force.
This is my personal opinion. Probably I'm from the old school.
Yes.
Marijuana is illegal, and that's how I see it.
It should be.
It's illegal. Until the laws of St. Vincent and Grenadines say that it's not illegal, well, then I go along with that.
But do you think it should be? You personally?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it should.
You don't think it should be legalized?
No, no. But I can
or
tell
decriminalized?
You, no, decriminalized. But I can tell you, I know for a fact that a drug, canisol, derives from marijuana.
Right.
But to say that canisol is a marijuana drug, you have to look at the percentage of canisol of cannabis that is in canisol is just about 0 point something percent.
Right.
So it's still small. But however, if medicinal purposes can be derived from marijuana, I have no problem with that.
Yes.
But until the law is changed,
of course, we're going against the trend, it will appear. I would not be surprised if more and more you see states in the United States making marijuana legal for casual use and so on.
It's happening.
And we know what happens when it happens there,
yes.
It eventually comes down here. But I guess that's for the future. Let's talk about traffic. Let's get off of crime. Let's talk about traffic. And in particular, the conduct of the minivans. I want to bring those people into focus. I must say though, it's not just the minivans that are frequent transgressors to the traffic laws.
Yes.
There are other vehicles, trucks, buses, cars that break traffic laws. But why the minivans are of a particular concern to me? They're in the business of transporting groups of people at a time, and they conduct a very vital service to the economic stability and growth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The sector of transportation is vitally important. Do we have sufficient laws in place, sufficient legislation in place to ensure that the traveling person, the passenger, can be guaranteed a level of comfort and safety when they get into a minivan?
I will take a bold step and say no. In that I know that the traffic laws are being reviewed now by the Office of the Attorney General. I think the former Commissioner, Mr. Miller, he sent across some recommendations for that. And the traffic Superintendent John have some things to send across also. There are a lot of things that we need to do, and one of my main concern is the 18-seaters minivans.
Right.
I not in agreement. I mean, the last say so we had to go along with it. But I don't think that these 18-seaters should be carrying 18 persons. And I know some van owners they do that. They don't put in the extra bench to put under the seat. So they just carry enough. And once minibus drivers and owners know the quality or the importance of their service, that they had to transport people from point A to point B. Once they realize the seriousness, there's no need for them to overload the buses. And there's no need for speed.
Right.
Because in most cases, when you're speeding, you don't reach.
Right.
So if you take a time where a bus should be carrying 18 persons, if you carry 15, I think.
Well, I'll give you the case in Trinidad, for example, which is one place that I've been to and have used the minivan services there. What they call them maxi taxis.
Maxi, yes.
Right? So in the maxi taxi, I go into a maxi taxi in Trinidad. I'm going from, Tunapona to Port of Spain or whatever. I have a seat for myself, or the space that I'm afforded to sit on is comfortable. So I'm either in a single seat by myself, or I'm in a double seater, which only two people are sitting on. Okay? And when that, all seats are full, that's when the van is considered full. No more passengers come on board. Why can't we get to that state in St. Vincent? Why is it that you constantly see the conductor with his butt outside the window, because that's how he's riding in a full van, and people jammed up in there like the old-fashioned sardines, not the newfangled sardines, because they're not packed as tightly as the ones that used to happen before. But why? Why is it that we have to endure paying passengers to that level of discomfort?
We shouldn't be enjoying these type of things, Tony. The laws are there now. Even in the 18-seaters, the driver and the conductor included in the 18. So it's not getting 18 persons along with the driver and conductor. But in most cases, you're over 23 people in a bus.
Yes.
They're overloaded.
So what's the police doing about this? Or the laws are not there?
No, the laws are there. Once they carry more than 18, yes, we can do what we can do.
But are you doing it? Are you actively?
Yes. Well, we even went to the point that the minivan drivers are saying that the police are constantly harassing them. We held a meeting with the Minibus Association last Sunday at Honnestville. The president mean well, but it's just the president alone. I mean, we have to have every bus owner and driver, conductors. We all have to come on board. Be serious. Let us think about the service that the minibuses are providing, and let's get serious.
Because there's passenger education as well. Because a passenger does not have to put up with that. But in the case of overcrowding, I get onto a van. I'm comfortable to start with, but as the van starts the journey, sometimes I wonder, are you seriously going to pick up another person? Where are you going to put this person? I'm already uncomfortable, and they're stopping for another person, And of course, at that point, it's inconvenient for me to get off. But I would like to know that, it's illegal and there's active policing to prevent that.
Yeah, the traffic police are doing the part. But
it's a tough job, isn't it?
It is, and you will constantly hearing that the traffic police are harassing the minivans. But
now, what level of training does a conductor and a driver have to receive? Shouldn't there be a stipulation that, okay, I have a driver's license, but I am not carrying passengers, so maybe my class of testing is different to somebody who's coming for a license to drive passengers. I may be somebody with a private pilot license, and that may be categorized differently to me flying passengers from point A to point B.
That's a fact.
So shouldn't we be looking at that as well?
Yes. Coming out of the meeting Sunday, the president, Code Red, he was calling for something like that. That he said, a person can just get up now, go to the bank, get some money, buy a minivan. Once you have an H license, you're on the road. Conductor, you just go take out the conductor license, and there he is. right there and then. There should be, in my view, there should be a program that teaching people how to be a minibus driver, how to be a conductor.
And unless you get past a series of tests,
precisely,
and you've been on that program, you qualify, you're not allowed, you're not given a license to drive passengers. What's so difficult about that?
But we'll have to sit down and decide how we're going to go forward, because we are a developing country with the coming stream of the international airport, where we expect to see more tourists coming in into St. Vincent and Grenadines. Are we going to put the tourists, jam up them up in
But charity begins at home. I wouldn't even talk about the tourists, because we should, same way we want to treat the tourists, we should treat our local people.
Exactly.
You know, but let's quickly move on, Commissioner. I know, there's the issue of dangerous driving as well, and I don't know where you are with actually proving, with speed guns or the technology that can actually say to a driver, we have scientific evidence that you were driving beyond the speed limit. Or, for that matter of fact, are there any drinking and driving laws here in St. Vincent?
There is.
Is it enforced?
Yeah, so
how can you enforce it if you don't have
I think we had a conviction, subject to correction. I think we had one conviction in respect of that. Once you pick up a driver who's suspected of being under the influence, you have to take him to the hospital immediately.
Oh, so that's what the testing is?
Yes, and the doctor tests him, do their tests and so on. I think we had one doctor who was doing that test. The doctor is not on mainland anymore. Right. So, and the other, not to get at the doctors, but other are very reluctant to.
So we have a lot of work to do in traffic.
A lot of work.
We have a lot of work. There's crime, there's traffic. Let's talk about the pleasant side of policing. What, if any, the pleasant duties of a policeman?
You know,
apart from crossing children, which of course is an honorable.
I was just going to.
Oh, you go in there?
Yeah, but yes, but the pleasant side also is you know, as a policeman walking in uniform, and you come up to the older citizen.
Yes.
And they greet you, and you just assist somebody, and right. you hear the praise, showing praises and the police force. You know that gives you such a will to go on.
You know, Commissioner, I'm not cutting you because the program is fast coming to an end, but there was a time when anybody in a uniform, nurse, police in particular, standing on the side of the road, they would not have to stand there for more than 2 minutes. Automatically, the next passing vehicle with a space would give them a ride. Whether you know the person or not. You know, my cameraman does not know that. He's like 19 years of age, and he's probably thinking, that used to happen? Now you see policemen and nurses standing on the road and nobody's stopping to pick them up.
Tony, I joined the force in 1981. 1981, at the end of the month, when I go to the bank for my salary, when I step in the bank, people will move out the line. Officer, come.
Yes.
And up to the line, up to the front. Today is not like that.
So why has that?
We have to.
Is the police, quality of police, the people who have caused that to break down? Or just a general society?
If we want to say the quality of police, I can say that now today we have more qualified police than qualified in education.
Yeah, education, yes.
What I can say, Tony, is that we have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
We start already. And we can't do it alone. We need the general public. Everybody had to work together. But it's to ensure that the minivans are working properly. Curbing crime, we have to work together. And we start. We on the right track. First, as you say, charity begins at home. We have a united officers corps. Every other Fridays, we meet at the canteen. And, you know, because most of the times we only see each other when we have officers meeting on Fridays.
Right.
And after the meeting, we disperse. So every other Friday, you know, we sit back in town a while. We go up to the canteen and we mingle, play pool,
Yes.
As you get later, my pet baby, the karaoke.
Right.
I know we meet.
So you are building a united police force. So it is your opinion now that the police force is a tight unit.
We get in there.
You're getting there.
We get in
and
there.
then your community outreach, you think you're making significant strides.
Most definitely.
Let me ask you the final question, because we're to the end of the program. You are due to retire, officially anyway.
Yes. August 31.
That's next month.
Yes.
So you've applied, I think I know, for an extension.
Yes, I did.
To your contract.
Yes.
So clearly you are enjoying the job. How much longer would you like to stay on for, though? I mean, even if you applied for an extension of a year, to me, if you are good in the job, it's still not enough. But how much longer would you like to stay on for?
You see, when you're a police officer, you tends to strive to the top. You want to reach the top. And once you're up there, that's your aim.
Right.
There are other officers, young officers, who have the will and the zeal to move up.
Right.
Though,
so you don't want them to make it.
Don't even feel like I can apply for another 10-year contract.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? You know, the time when you will have to, you'll have to give in.
So it's a balance.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to be in the chair long enough to.
Yes, you need time to, so you can
results of your policing.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly.
But at the same time, you don't want to occupy the chair.
No, not to just sit there to say, okay, you be the commissioner. No, it's not like that.
Commissioner, we're at the end of the program, and I'm going to ask you in 30 seconds or whatever, if there's something that I haven't brought out in this interview that you want to make a special appeal to the public. I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds of the program to make that appeal, because I may not have brought that out in my questioning, but in as much as I have you here. Or you may want to reiterate something that we already brought out.
What I would like to say to St. Vincent and the Grenadines is that if ever you see a policeman acting out of the ordinary, in your view, he should not have acted that way, you can call the commissioners, let someone know. The fight against crime in St. Vincent and Grenadines is not only the job of the police. We need the full support of the general public, and it's the only way we can get it done, working hand in hand.
Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure having you on this program. And I hope it's not the last. We can come back and...
I doubt it will be the last.
Great. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Cheers.
This has been another edition of Unrendered. My guest on this edition was the Commissioner of Police, Michael Charles. Do tune into IKTV the next time Unrendered airs. Thank you for viewing.